Good morning, y'all. It's 5:41 and 41.6 degrees. I'm at the Birch Run shelter, and it's half-gallon challenge day, so I'm gonna wake up. Morning, folks. 7:12 a.m. 36.8 degrees. Chilly. Leaving Birch Run. You can see behind me there. Birdman already broke out a little earlier, probably 20 minutes ago or so. And reroute. She's just kind of packing up, and met another couple, Joe and Sally, who are actually from Northern Virginia, so that's pretty cool. And they're just kind of packing up. Joe and Sally just started on the south end of Shenandoah, so they're flip-flopping, as is reroute. Meeting all sorts of flip-floppers now, man, I'll tell you, and it's a strange breed. I'm kind of reminded of, like, the first time my dog Ludo saw a goat, and that's kind of like how I feel about meeting him is great. Joe and Sally and reroute are great, but when you see a flip-flopper on trail, it's kind of like when Ludo saw a goat, when, like, you kind of like you kind of look like a thru-hiker, but you also kind of look like a day hiker. I'm not really sure exactly what species you are. Like, what are you exactly? Like, so it's a little confusing when you see them on trail to try and, like, be like, what are you exactly? I don't really know. But anyways, you meet them, you get talking to them. I mean, everyone's great. So they're not a goat. They just kind of, you're not quite sure. Anyways, now that I've offended all of the flip-floppers who will ever watch this episode, yeah. It was a cold night. But, you know, sleeping bag worked, sleeping pad worked, and I slept all right, you know. Woke up, stayed in the sleeping bag for a little while, just listening to the birds wake up. I mean, I know that, you know, I got until 11 o'clock to make it 10 miles, and even then, it's not like they close at 11:01, so, you know, that'll be fine. The place I'm referring to, of course, is the Pine Grove Furnace General Store, where they have the half-gallon challenge, which, if this is your first episode with me, the half-gallon challenge is I don't know what, some kind of very strange tradition on the Appalachian Trail. When you get to the halfway point of the AT, roughly the halfway point, at Pine Grove Furnace, I think State Park in Pennsylvania, they'll sell you a half-gallon of Hershey's ice cream, and if you finish it in an hour, you get a weird little wooden spoon that's totally kitsch and silly, and it's kind of stamped with, like, I won the half-gallon challenge or something like that. Goofy tradition, but tradition nonetheless, and far be it from me to ignore a tradition. So yeah, I mean, that's the equivalent to 4 pints of ice cream, so it's going to be a lot for someone who hasn't really had much of any dairy in the past 2 months. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You know, we'll just keep my boom boom bag handy in my pack, and I probably won't be filming much of that. We'll hope for the best. Any day where you're gonna eat a ton of ice cream is a day to get excited about, though. So I'm gonna get hiking, and I'll see you at the ice cream. All right. Folks, in case you were wondering, this is what trail magic looks like. A ton of Gatorades in a nice cool spot. All right, folks, welcome to day 84, halfway day. It is 9:47 a.m. and I think, yeah, 59.4 degrees. Absolutely beautiful day for hiking. Not a cloud in the sky, but the tree cover's growing in, and so I'm kind of walking through mostly shade. Really, really nice. Really a nice day for hiking. It's been plenty of good days for hiking the past few days. It's day 84, as I say, which is a multiple of 7. So it's time for a health update. And I usually like to do them a little later in the day, but I'm probably about 3 miles away from the half-gallon challenge. And while I would likely have a lot more to talk about health-wise after eating a half-gallon of ice cream, I think it's probably got the most integrity if I try and do it before eating a half-gallon of ice cream. So yeah, so weekly health update. Let's see. Again, mostly feeling pretty good. I'll say the past few nights I haven't been sleeping quite as much. Been kind of hanging out with people. The burden of being around so many awesome people it's hard to peel away, man. Just engaging conversations and hanging out with hikers and just chatting, just hanging out. And then of course when I do pull away at like 8:30 or whatever, then you still got 2 hours worth of video editing or whatever to do. So so you go to bed at 11, go to sleep at 11, start closing your eyes at 10:30 or 11, and then you're up at 6, or 5, excuse me. So but that's all right. Still feeling good. So aside from a bit of a lack of sleep, let's see. Body is mostly doing pretty good. No new blisters to speak of. Not a whole lot of cuts or scrapes or anything like that. GI good. I will say, almost as if on cue, I feel like as soon as I did that Q&A video and mentioned those
hip exercises that I was kind of doing before starting the trail, it was almost like my body was like, oh yeah, right, yeah, the hip was bothering you. Okay, cool, yeah, right. So I started feeling just a little like in sort of my left hip, sort of back on my rear end. Like the hip, not really like the glute or the muscle, but like the hip itself. Every now and then, if I do, like if I bend down to pick something up, or if I do some sort of weird non-hiking motion, it'll kind of have a bit of a stab in it for a second, like a profoundly uncomfortable feeling. But you know, usually it just kind of flashes and then goes away, and I'm kind of like, whoa, that wasn't super comfortable. Not sure what that was. Hope that doesn't happen too much. So that's something that's kind of been happening the past week or so. Not a bunch. Again, only when I do kind of non-hiking motions. And even then, not every time. So maybe a couple times a day it'll happen. Luckily, well, let me wait until I get closer to this tree. Luckily, it hasn't affected hiking yet. So that's good. Thankful for that. Aside from that, still kind of feeling just a little bit of tightness around the right shin. That same shin that was giving me trouble like whatever it was 800 miles ago now. So I think probably tomorrow I'm going to start wrapping it up again with an ace bandage, the shin and ankle. Doesn't feel like a huge problem right now. Ooh. But you know, definitely better to stay ahead of it. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Health-wise, aside from that, so sleep, hip, right shin, go figure. Aside from that, we're doing pretty good. I haven't had a whole lot of, we haven't had a lot of rain recently, so not too much to aggravate the hand blisters, which I sure do hope are slowly, ever so slowly becoming calluses. But, so yeah, boy, fewer miles ahead of us than behind us. That's a beautiful feeling, but that's not what this segment is about discussing. So, health-wise, I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Oop. That's poison ivy. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, there is health update number 12. And I'll check in with y'all at the ice cream. Hey folks, it is 11:15 and 66 degrees even. Just making it to the Pine Grove Furnace General Store, where I'm about to embark on a terrible decision of trying to eat a half-gallon of ice cream in under an hour. So the store opens in 15 minutes. Dream is here, caught up to him, and of course Birdman is here, who broke out earlier. So Pine Grove Furnace General Store, this is going to be a freaking adventure. I'm ready. Are you guys ready to eat a half-gallon of? I don't know. Are you so excited? I'm so excited.
Let's slam it. Yeah, I might do too.
You see, I loaded up some lamb's ear in my bag there.
Wow.
Catching up, trying to like stay ahead of the game. So
mullion.
Yeah, better to be prepared. Is it mullion?
It's mullion. Yeah.
Mullion. All right. Well, similar to lamb's ear, I guess.
You can call it what you want.
It'll serve the same purpose.
I'm a plant geek, so I have to tell you the right term.
Mullion. You heard it straight from Birdman. All right. Well, we'll keep hanging out, and I'll check in with you all once the ice cream starts. Let's wait.
Did you need spoons or anything?
Please. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I got a spoon outside. Probably a
Why not use our own spoons, right? Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Weapon of choice. It's gonna be great. Whatever. I've spent $10 in dumber ways. All right, back to real time now. So this crazy monster dream crossed in like what, 18 minutes?
18 minutes from my count.
Monster. How you feeling, Birdman? What's going on over there?
I think I can do it, but it's starting to hit.
Belly getting full, or is it?
Yeah, I already put this in there, but
Oh, nice. And how you feel about your flavor choice? What'd you do?
just straight up vanilla.
Straight up vanilla.
I'm a
both ways.
vanilla kind of guy, so yeah.
All right.
I kind of played the chocolate chip cookie, Joe, but everybody says the chunks will get you. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Can't be on those chunks.
yeah.
I get you.
So in the past 20 minutes, we've been discussing, well, a lot of things. But the best strategy seems to be to buy it, set it in the sun, let it melt, and then just slam it as a liquid. But that seems like cheating.
No, she did say you had to use your spoon for it to kind of.
Yeah. I mean, like I would just like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a
So
lame
far-
way to do it.
So far, I think I'm
You're crushing. You're
I think
crushing.
I'm on pace. I need, I wasn't trying to beat the time.
There's a point
I'm
though
trying to
where
beat the ice cream.
I think you gotta.
Well,
get,
like my thought behind it was that I've always heard the saying that like for the first 7 minutes you're eating, your body can't tell whether you're full or not. You know what I mean? So the
Exactly.
more you crush in the first 7
exactly.
minutes,
You got to get it before your mind tells your body.
the more you
it's
eat before the
started.
first 7 minutes
Yeah.
happens, the better off you're gonna do. That's what
I think so
I've
long
heard.
as I keep remembering it's ice cream,
You know what I mean?
I'll just keep pushing forward.
Okay, fair enough.
I got raspberry. I feel like that was a strong decision. And a little kicker of a little chaser of French vanilla. What were you saying?
A palate cleanser.
Yeah. What were you saying there, Birdman?
Oh, well, oh yeah. You think there's a point though, yeah, where the stomach is gonna realize, like you said, you don't get the signal that you're full till it's afterwards. So,
Yeah.
but I think if you take too long, you're not gonna. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like shut down mode.
This is only half a joke. I definitely think I could go for a burger right now, to be honest.
Well, we'll see. We'll throw us back into high-speed mode real quick. We'll check back at 40 minutes. Well, Dream crushed it first, 18 minutes. My mouth is frozen, I can't even talk. And after Dream was Birdman. I forget what was his marker?
Like 25-ish.
25-ish. And I came in half a gallon in half an hour. 30-minute mark.
But we all did it.
It's not cold outside, but boy, my body's cold. Yeah, it's 73 degrees. Dream and I both threw our down.
Had to put the jackets on.
So, half-gallon challenge. Done. Done.
Not
Done.
even that difficult.
Not even that difficult.
All right, y'all. 12:21, 71 degrees, and just leaving Pine Grove Furnace General Store after absolutely dominating the half-gallon challenge. I gotta say, I mean, I was the last of the three of us, but much like hiking the trail itself, I'm not really under any particular time constraints. I mean, I guess the half-gallon challenge is supposed to be less than an hour, but whatever, that's just fine. So yeah, so half-gallon challenge was good. Reroute caught up to us, and she's hanging out. I think she's probably gonna stay at that hostel there with Dream. That's pretty neat. Always like seeing those. And Birdman cut out again. He cut out about 20 minutes ago or so. So I think I'm probably gonna catch up with him again this evening. It looks like there's a campsite next to a spring in about another 11 or 12 miles or something like that. So I'll go ahead and try and get down there. I think that's where he's planning on bunking up as well. So yeah, just kind of wanted to timestamp leaving the general store, and we'll get back on trail. I'll talk to you later. folks. It is 6:15 and I think it's in like the low 60s. Got to camp probably almost 2 hours ago. Pitched up my tent. Birdman was already here. I think he got here a little bit before me. He's the only other one here, just kind of a, what you might call like a dispersed camping or a stealth campsite or something. But yeah, we had some dinner, kind of hung out for a little bit. It was a good day, man. Definitely a good day. A momentous day for sure. Passing the halfway point, that is a huge milestone. So super excited about that. There wasn't really a proper marker for halfway. There wasn't even like a rock pile or sticks or anything that said halfway, and honestly it's all just as well, because if I had seen it I probably would have stopped for a long time and it would have just totally I would have stopped and gotten all misty and gotten all emotional and thought about it for a long time and blah 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 blah. But as it worked out, I didn't really check the exact mileage, what the exact mileage would have been when we left camp this morning to get to the halfway point, and without a marker I didn't really know, so just kind of blasted by it. I guess it was only like 3 miles or something from where we camped last night, but yeah, so just kind of blasted by it and didn't really realize until I saw 2 other monuments. There's monuments, memorials, way signs, whatever you want to call them, from previous years' halfway point. So I think we saw 2018 first, and then 2010's halfway point as well. It was all built up and out there, so it's cool to see those. That was pretty neat, but didn't see one for this year. And again, it's all just as well. So made it to the half-gallon challenge. Sorry, there's just some loud folks coming down trail, but made it to the half-gallon challenge. Just crushed that. It was great fun. And so far no ill side effects, but I mean, that was like 2,400 calories right in the middle of the day, 2,500 calories, something like that. So score for calories. Not really sure what tomorrow's going to be. I'm going to look at the map tonight, but today was definitely a good day. Halfway, it's an incredible feeling to know that I have more miles behind me than in front of me at this point. Well, in many ways, all right, so sorry the camera cut off, but yeah, it was a good day. It was a great day. Halfway, super excited about that, and I get to turn in early, so that's pretty good too. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down, start processing some videos, and hopefully start trying to close my eyes before sunset, so we'll see. Good night, y'all. Talk to you tomorrow.